Sarah Tricker. Nonconformist, Sarah Tricker.
Nonconformist. I want to begin by taking you to a small seaside town in England. Obviously, you would have gathered from my accent that I am not Canadian, although I am Canadian now. But I actually was born in a quaint little seaside town in England called Bexhill-on-Sea. We were a typical middle-class family. My father was a police officer, my mum was a nurse, I was the oldest sibling, and as all of the research has shown, the oldest is always the most intelligent. And then I had my younger brother. My name is Sarah Tricker, and I am a solopreneur. I wasn't always a solopreneur, and actually when we moved to England in 2007, I went to the University of Lethbridge and I actually gained my teaching degree. So if you look right on the bottom left-hand corner, that's me sitting on the floor. This is at Kainai. But that didn't last for long, and I actually left teaching to be a tarot reader. Yes, that's right. I left my teaching career to become a tarot reader. But what I'm going to do is take you back on a journey of how I was nonconformist. So we're going to begin with my teenage years. This is a picture of me and my husband. So I actually met my husband in 1992 when I was 13 years old, nearly 14, and he was 17 going on 18. Now remember, my dad was a police officer. So back, having a boyfriend that's 4 years older than you was a little interesting. However, my family was supportive, and in 1997, 5 years later, we got married. I was only 19 years old. So even in the 90s, this was pretty young to be getting married. And as you can, well, you can't actually see, but in this picture here of us getting married, I was actually 20 weeks pregnant as well. There's a really good story for that, but that's for another time. So what I'm going to do now is take you to my 20s and 30s. So here are my babies. Jamie, she was born 4 weeks before my 21st birthday, and Kaylin was born in the April after I got married. So my 20s was really about my family. These are obviously my grown-up babies now, and I just wanted to show you how handsome they were. So as I say, being a nonconformist, a lot of my friends are out partying, doing all of those things in their 20s, and I was actually just focused on my family. In 2007, we moved out to Canada, and I thought this is going to be such an easy journey, going from a Western country, but boy, was I wrong about that. My husband was a truck driver at Watt & Stewart, and he was away most of the time, and I was at university. So not only was I a single parent adjusting to a new country and bringing my kids with me too, but I was also a single mum most of the time. But hey, I did it. In 2013, I graduated from the U of L, one of the most prestigious education programs within Canada, and I had my Bachelor of Education, my Arts and Science, and I actually had 2 job offers. So being nonconformist, I move into my 40s now, what I call 40 and fierce. Now I hear a lot of people hate their 40s, but I'm actually really loving it. So, as I said, in 2015, I actually started my business, Tricker Tarot. So I left education after 4 years of teaching because it just wasn't filling my soul. And as I say, I left teaching to become a $1 million tarot reader. In 2017, I got my mediumship training from my mum, where I connected back to my heritage. I also got my Reiki Masters, and then in the end of 2017, I got my life coaching certification. Now, for me, it was the life coaching that actually was the key piece that was missing to my business. So in 2018, I rebranded to Sarah Tricker Alchemy. This was the part where I actually helped people become their authentic self through coaching and through the connection to their spiritual journey. So here I am, Sarah Tricker, the nonconformist. What's the really interesting thing about my journey is that I actually connected truly with who I am and my heritage once I moved to Canada. The place that I lived in England was actually full of the cunning folk, as we like to call it, or as people here now know, witches. So my journey here has become me being who I am. So the nonconformist. In my teenage years, I met my soul partner, got married. In my 20s, I had my family, and then I chose my career. And then in my 40s, when I had my career, I threw it away and started my own business. So today I want to end with this awesome quote, which I think fits me to a T. Well-behaved women rarely make history. So that I believe that this is the best thing about being a nonconformist. And my journey is to help other people be not well-behaved. Toastmaster.